All right, Magic fans, here we go. Box number 6 of set boosters. The lady, the men, the myth. Will this be the one box that will put the set boosters on the top of the rope and drop the elbow on the draft? Or will this be the box of set boosters that seals its own fate and gives the win to the draft boosters? I'll have to wait and see. Oh, starting off good. There's a mythic. Out of the way. You think I learned by now just to do that to begin with. But anyway. So don't forget, guys. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. That's some good art. That's the first time I've seen that. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe. The best thing you do for the channel is sub up. Trying to get to 1,000 peeps. Keep the channel rolling and get big. And do even more things. Has some good art. Nice signature. Who drew that? Karmic just... Oh, it's the anime version. No wonder. That is just beautiful. God, that's amazing. It's the first time I've seen that. Yeah, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll start having a couple giveaways. We'll do a celebration or something. It'll all be good. It'll all be sweet. And it'll all be delicious. Whatever that means. Kel's Fight Fixer? Oh, it's from Jumpstart. That might be a little something. I doubt it, but... with all that said, at the end of the day... Oops, that's a uncommon. It's really going to be up to this box to kind of change the way I'm thinking. Because I'm putting shit in the wrong pile. Other than that, very nice. Mythic. I think the biggest problem we have right now with this box is it doesn't feel different enough from draft boosters to just not just run draft boosters. Like, just do the draft boosters and just be done with it. There's no need for all the extra stuff. Because in the long run, you know, more draft booster printings is fine. I mean, I know why they don't want to, so they make less money, but that's not the point. I really don't care. Our first foil rare. Because really, I'm not, to begin with, set boosters were my thing. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I loved set boosters when they first came out. I gave them a pretty decent review, and even talked about how they were probably the better buy. Rare number 2, foil. But over the time, as Wizards has changed how and what they print, I don't think they've considered where set boosters lie inside their organization, and I think they're really letting it fall behind to the point where people aren't going to buy it. Like right now, they're having issues with people buying set boosters now. Like, people just buy draft instead. And I know why. It's because there's currently not enough of a difference for it to even matter. The stuff they're offering inside of set boosters doesn't give enough of a oomph for someone to really want to get a set booster. For example, art cards. Art cards have already lost their luster. Nice. And they're not collectible. People just normally don't collect them unless they just want to. Finally, we got another cauldron. People just don't collect the art cards. I mean, they do to some degree, but they're very few and far between. And normally people use them for other things, like they make things with them, or they paint over them. Hey, there's a Mythic Nashi, not worth a lot, but Mythic nonetheless. Let's stick it in there. So it's lost that. The set list in general. The list cards are to the point where they're non-existent and people don't care anymore. Like used to, you'd be like, man, I hope I get X, Y, and Z when I crack this box on the set slot. Anymore, people don't even care to look to see what's in the set slot because there's just no value there, and they honestly don't care unless someone makes a big to-do about it and there's real value in there. Hey, a Greater Oromancy. It's the first one of those we've gotten. Mythic number 5. So yeah, and that's something this set's really falling victim to, in my opinion. out of all this, like at some point you open a good card from the list. And maybe I have opened good cards in your guys' eyes. But for me, a list card should be a sweet reprint of a card worth some money. And the best list card I've gotten out of 6 boxes, I think, was $7. So that's a big fail for me and tells me to not buy set boosters. Like, I would honestly rather buy draft right now than buy these. And I think the numbers are probably going to prove that. So, I mean, half a dozen one, 6 the other. Do what you want. Hey, our first doubling season, it only took 12 boxes to find one. What do you think about that? Mythic number 6. Oh, and Mythic number 7. We got Virtue of Strength. Out the way, boys. So there we go. See, like, and that's okay. Like, I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is this promise of a list card that is so underpowered and not on par with the rest of the cards that you honestly don't care if you get it or not. And if I don't care if I get it, then why am I paying extra for it? When, as you guys saw, a lot of these sweet cards that I'm getting, I got from the draft boosters. So there's not a difference other than, in my opinion, the art card and the list card. And if the list card is just bad 9 out of 10 times, I'd rather just pay the cheaper price and get draft, because by the time you get a good card, you've already wasted more money on set boosters than you would have if you'd have just bought draft. So, Jesus. Uncommon foil, uncommon, rare. What a bad pack. Wow. That shouldn't even be a thing. That shouldn't even be a thing. That's just terrible. Leap. Yeah, that pack too. That's also an awful pack. See, and it's boxes like this. Even if the box mapping scenario I'm giving you guys is correct, like, this is way, way, way worse than a draft box. Hey, there's a Blood Moon. Hey, Anime As Foretold, Grave Pack. Wow, there's a good pack finally. We got the Anime Grave Pack, or no, not Anime, but we have the As Foretold, the Grave Pack, so 2 mythics, 2 rares. That's what I expect out of packs like this. And I'm not saying they all gonna be worth money. Like, the Anime As Foretold isn't worth all that much, I don't think. But, like, there should be something. Doesn't have to be every pack. There's our 3rd foil rare. Prismatic Omen. It's just, it feels really lackluster. Like, there's not enough of those kind of hits to make me feel like these set boosters compared to draft are better. And I think that's the serious problem the set boosters currently have, is I think a lot of people feel the same way, which is why they're not buying them, because they just don't care to. They can get draft a lot cheaper. They can play with draft. You get so much more out of a draft box, experience-wise, another mythic number 10, than you would out of a set. And also, 9 to 10, I think 9 mythics was the record with the draft box. The best we've got here is 10. 10. And with that being said, you know, or a 12. I think it's 12 is the record. To be honest with you, that box was actually not as good value-wise as that draft box per se. So, like, you know, it doesn't matter to get 12 mythics if they all suck. You know, just because it's a mythic doesn't mean that it's going to make everybody happy. Another mythic from Walking Dead. So that's number 11. So last box, trying to beat the record of 12. Now's a good time to do it. There's 12, Beseech the Mirror. So that's going to help a lot with the value of the box. So this box may have made a recovery, but at the same time, the problems I stated are still really the same. This is irrelevant. This is irrelevant now. I don't see a reason for all this. There's just better ways to do it. See if we can hit. Wow, 3 uncommons and a rare again. Wow. And an uncommon foil. That's so bad. Like, that should not be the set booster experience any way, shape, or form. 1 rare and all uncommons? No. Just no. Aggravated Assault. Well, 1 pack left to try to break the record. We're at 12. It'd be nice to do it. But even with that, man, I love that anime art. It makes me wonder, is it even worth it? Nope. Still no. Nope. And we don't get there. Again, 12 is the max. So, before I do the math, I'm going to make my predictions. Set booster worse than draft. Too much unnecessary cardboard and inserts. This, that aren't needed. Just a lot of unnecessary stuff in here when you can get the exact same thing in a draft box a lot cheaper. So anyway, stay tuned for the actual value video. We're actually talking about some more stuff. And I'll show you the actual prices of these boxes and what they're worth as of the filming of the video. So until next time, be kind. Hope to see you across from the game table. Later, player. Thank God this is over. Man, I can't wait to open the collector boosters.